Hello all, welcome back. I'm glad you can join me on my musical journey. We're going back to 1972, post-Beatles, early Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings. We're going to get into bits of why this song the songs never confused me, because I never knew what it was about. That's why I'm going to have another listen. But it was the history of the song, this so-called lore that gets attached to certain songs. Was it banned? All those different things. So we're going to have a little listen. I hope you stick with me. I'm going to let it play a bit. I'm going to talk about some of the history I know, what I think's going on in the song. And then I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you'll get in the comments. And I hope you'll do all those things that us mere mortals, you folks on YouTube ask you to do. So let's get into it. C Moon. C dot moon. So it becomes a crescent shape, but we'll get into it. Here we go.
Check it out. Was that the intro I should have been in? Sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, is she? Sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, to me.
Sea Moon, what is it?
How come no one older than me ever seems to understand the things I wanna do? It will be L7 and I'd never get to heaven if I fill my head with glue. What's it all to you?
Sea Moon, L7, what's he talking about? There's an irreverence to it. I think they'd done Band on the Run by then, but I still really can't find a full answer, guys. I guess it depends which side of the Atlantic you're from or which article you read. It was the B-side to the A-side single of High, 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 which I always assumed was banned. It kind of was. The BBC just wouldn't play it. Radio 1 was the biggest, so it just wouldn't play it. But it didn't want to ignore McCartney because it got listens, so it focused on this side, which everyone assumed was the A side, and it was a double A side. So I don't know, but I kind of lean with the fact more that High, 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 because of some of the innuendos in there, and some of the references to particle usage. So this got focused on more, which did a lot of good. But in those days, I don't know if they looked at the B-side as a support or as a kind of a throwaway or something that might appear in a tour or something that might appear on the albums. But when you listen to it, it's in C. It's in key of C. It's a 4/4. I think I can just 1, 2, 3, 4. The bass isn't being played. I think it's being played by Dennis Miller. So the bass is being played. It's not guitar led. It's got that funky, almost reggae infusion going on, and this is 72 McCartney. So I don't know if he was listening to Frampton and all those guys then, or what his influences were. This because he was kind of influencing the whole world, right? But he's still got his influences, I'm sure. And then you look at that. I've got the song up here. Check it out. You can hear a bit of a Cockney thing going on there because this guy's so full blown. What was that intro? Should have been in. It should have been in C. Oh, but yeah. Sea Moon, cool. Sea Moon is she. Sea Moon is she. How comes no one older than me ever seems to understand the things I want to do? Well, you weren't a kid, Paul, but I know what you're doing. Yeah. It will be L7 that never gets to heaven. It'll fill my head with glue. Wow. It's not. You guys go and listen to some of the streams of consciousness like Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, where they'll play and the lyrics don't make sense. No, he's written a song here, but it's not. There's no real grand narrative. No real grand narrative thought, unless I'm missing something, guys. And I probably am, and I do all the time. But L7 was square, C Moon was the opposite. It was in C, it was the moon was a crescent, so it was cool. That's what he was doing. He was playing with words and playing with cultural sort of references. Yeah.
Sea moon,
There you go.
sea moon, sea moon, is she? Oh, sea moon,
I mean, come on.
sea moon, sea moon, to me. Bobby lived with Betty, but they never told her daddy what their love was all about. She could tell the number that he thought of, but she never was the type to let it out. What's it all about? Sea moon, sea moon, oh, sea moon, are we? I said sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, are we?
So you could argue, right? And I'm sure that in the canon of great songwriters, you're not going to come up with anyone better. But he'd just written some of the most serious songs. Yeah, you had stuff like Polythene Pan from the Beatles, which was a bit more playful and a little bit more irreverent, and you can hear a lot of Oasis and that. But it's not introspection. It's not intense. It's got playfulness. It's got spontaneity when he opens up. What key we in? What key we in? And he's kind of saying, I've got this creative freedom now. And not that he didn't have it in the Beatles, but he was, you can imagine the intensity. He talks about when he'd done with Wings, when he started with Wings, and he said to Linda, and it was all like self-funded. You're going from the biggest band on the planet in musical history ever and saying, hi, I'm Paul McCartney and this is Wings. And you don't know what kind of blowback you're going to get. You don't know what the expectations are, so you do this. That's my view. And I'm sure it's been said 1,000 times. I'm not novel here, but it's just what I'm thinking. Yeah. So that when you look through the song, the verses are more rhythmic, and it's got that real offbeat sort of reggae influence. The tone's clean. It's unobtrusive. It's very in line with the song itself. Yeah.
How come no one will let me ever seem to understand the things I wanna do? If we'll be us heaven, then I'll never get to heaven if I fill my head with glue. What's it all to you? Sea moon,
It has got a skippy bounce to it.
sea moon, is she? Oh, sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, to me. Bobby lived with Penny, but they never told her daddy what the love was all about. She could tell the number that she thought of, but you never wanted to let it out. What's it all about? Sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, are we? Sea moon, sea moon, sea moon, are we?
I'll let it play out though, guys. Isn't this just completely playful? Isn't this just something he did later on as well with different sort of soundtracks he did? And when he did stuff with Michael Jackson, isn't it just more him saying music doesn't have to be so intense? It's still well put together. He's not going to let it become sort of free range, but it's playful, it's light, it's fun. And that's why I guess I've all remembered it. It's always struck me as a song you can just enjoy for what it is. But the L7, the square bit is of that generation, 72. Remember, you'd have had the Rolling Stones, you've had post-Beatles, you've had Bowie, you'd have had all those going around and that really intense. You'd had Black Sabbath by that time as well. So, there's a lot of intensity in the music world. And he'd been at the top of the tree and has been ever since. So yeah, I guess it's him just exploring a bit of fun. Yeah.
Simon, are we? Simon, are we?
It just drifts out. There's no what you'd call musical resolution to this. There's not an outro. There's not a turnaround at the end that I can hear. And I'm no musician, guys. A little bit. It's just a fun song with a fun message in it. That everything music doesn't have to be so intense. Life doesn't have to be so intense in all the time, every moment of every second. I like it for that, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah. Till next time, guys. Take care.